Hello everyone, this is Plank Time. I want to talk about this big thing that's going on in the world. I don't know if I can say the name of it with YouTube suppressing videos that talk about it, but everyone knows what's going on right now. Here it is. And I want to show you when this first started in January, I was sitting there looking at my computer and I was wondering, for some reason I said, I wonder if the Revelation 12 sign talked about this. Now, I don't know why I said the Revelation 12 sign, because it's very short. It's only a couple of paragraphs. And I could have said, I wonder if the book of Revelation talks about it. I wonder if it's in St. Malachi's 112 Pope prophecies. I wonder if it's in Notre Dame talked about it. I wonder if his quatrains. Or Our Lady of Fatima, the Three Secrets. Or Dimitri Dunaman. Did Dimitri Dunaman talk about it? But for some reason, I was like, I wonder if Revelation 12 sign mentioned it. And maybe because I know the Revelation 12 sign is so good and I've read it so many times that in the back of my mind it was there, and I just I knew it subconsciously. But I clicked on it and I read it again, and it says, "A great sign appeared in heaven: a woman clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet, and a crown." A crown, right? This happened on September 23rd, 2017, and then down here it talks about Here talks about then another sign appeared in heaven, enormous red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns. Twice they talk about crowns. Well, why does this have this name on it? Why did they name it that? It goes with the first part, the COR, and then the ON. That basically stands for, the reason they call it that is here it is right here, because it looks like a crown. That's why it's got its name, because it looks like a crown. Now I don't know if this is just a coincidence or it means nothing, but it was weird that I was just looking at the computer and I was like, oh, I wonder if the Revelation 12 sign has it. And then I looked and it mentioned a crown twice. Now this happened on September 23rd, 2017. Now I wasn't sure. I thought maybe part 1, 2 appeared right here. This was September 23rd, 2017, and then the rest of it right here, 3, 4, 5, all the way down, was in December, because there was a sign in the sky that day. So I wasn't sure if it shows right here, after this sign appears, you get 1,260 days later, and something's going to happen. It talks about something represented by a great eagle. I talked about this in my other videos, which is America, because America is Mystery Babylon. And it talked about when the devil gets thrown down here, when he's fighting up in heaven with Michael and the archangels, he starts causing havoc, and he causes water to come at this place represented by a great eagle. And I talk about in my other videos that is an earthquake, or earthquake and tsunami. I thought it would be the Cascadia fault lines, 1,260 days after the September 23rd, 2017 Revelation 12 sign. And you date it right here, September 23rd, 2017, then March 6, 2021, 1,260 days later. This will happen. So I knew things were going to get real bad for America, but I thought we had until November, December. I thought maybe Trump would get reelected, maybe he would get 60 seats in the Senate, it's a supermajority, and take the House back, and the Democrats would get real upset by that, and we'd have an internal revolution in the government, like Dimitri Dunaman. One of my 5 prophecies I talk about the Book of Revelations. It's one of the prophecy sources. St. Malachi's 112th Pope prophecy. We're on the 112th right now, and the Pope right now is in his early 80s, pretty old, and he's supposed to be the last Pope. Notre Dame talked about Putin, talked about Trump, talked about a bunch of stuff, and then Our Lady of Fatima's 3 secrets, the 3rd secret talks about there being 2 popes, and the Pope being what she saw this in a vision, the Pope being walked up a hill and then across the top, and then he being killed. And then there's Dimitri Dunaman, talked about America would be in an eternal revolution in the Civil War, and America would be destroyed in 1 hour by Russia, with Russia allied with 7 South American countries. Well, I knew things were going to get really bad at the end of the year, but this is a little sooner. Now, I didn't know about a virus, but I did know Matthew 24 verse 7 talks about there being an earthquake, war, and a virus, pestilence they call it. So I knew about that, but I thought that would happen when the tribulation began. And I figured the tribulation would begin on the day America was destroyed, Mystery Babylon was destroyed. And that will be on, I say in my other videos, this is what I've been saying. I said, end of this year, I've been telling people in real life and on my videos that after Trump gets reelected, he will be America's last president, and then we'll be an internal revolution and civil war, and we're having that right now. We're having the Democrats fighting the Republicans. They're trying to impeach Trump. Trump's trying to, because Biden and his son did a bunch of legal stuff. He's trying to go after them, and then the civil war would be going with the left fighting the right and getting really bad. And then on March 6, 2021, the earthquake would happen, which it could be a tsunami, it could be an earthquake somewhere else, the Midget Fault Line, it could be Yellowstone, could be in California, it could be a hurricane that comes in, something with water that comes on a place represented by an eagle, and that's America. America is Mystery Babylon. But so I think Cascadia Fault Line would work out perfectly for that, because that would be an earthquake and a tsunami that would kill, thousands, probably kill like 50 to 100,000 people within an hour, and then probably, way more people within 24 hours than within a week, more people. And if we're dealing with this, if this virus, like say it keeps going, and then it kind of calms down, and then come in the fall into next winter, it comes back and it mutates and it gets even worse, and then we're dealing with this again next January, February, March, and then we have the Cascadia Fault Line go, and we have a big earthquake and water flowing in, just like it did in Japan in 2011. They had the earthquake and the water just kept going in before it went back. And then you got Yellowstone to worry about. Utah just had an earthquake a couple days ago. Last week, I think it was. They had an earthquake. And if you look, I should have had it popped up. You look exactly where it was, and then you take the arrow left, it goes right to the Cascadia Fault Line. I really wish I had that up. I'm going to try and do that. Here's Utah. Here's the earthquake where it happened. And you go right over, and this is right where the Cascadia Fault Line is. It starts about here and goes all the way up here. And this is where I believe on March 6, 2021, or see, I wasn't sure if it would be March 6, 2021 or May 30th, 2021, because I wasn't sure if the Revelation 12 sign was, if this was September 23rd, 2017, 1 and 2, and then 3 through 6 was on December. But I found something out that there actually was something in the sky that was really huge and real red that we didn't know it on September 23rd, 2017. But when anybody that looked at the sky that day, there was this big thing in the sky that we had no idea until a month later that it was known. And it was actually found out like a year or two later that it was actually red. And it actually kind of looks like a dragon. I'm going to make another video on that. But so now I believe, I'm like 99% sure it's going to be March 6, 2021, and like 1% sure it might be May 30th still, May 30th, 2021. But I'm pretty sure all this, 1 through 6, all happened on September 23rd, 2017. And then we had that earthquake in Utah on the 18th. So, and it's right there by the Cascadia Fault Line. Now, will there be an earthquake in Utah, and the whole Yellowstone will go on March 6, 2021? Will it be the Cascadia Fault Line here? Will it be the Midget Fault Line? Will it be an earthquake here and a tsunami? Will it be just a tsunami? Will it be a hurricane? I don't know, something to do with water is going to hit on that day. And then on Halloween, October 31st, 2021, that's when America will be in real trouble, internal revolution, civil war. We'll be dealing with this earthquake, tsunami, whatever it's going to be. We'll be dealing with this plague still going on. It will make it even worse. And that's when Russia is going to use the opportunity, with allied with 7 South American countries, to destroy Mystery Babylon in 1 hour. It'll destroy America. They'll probably use like an EMP to knock our light out. If you know what that is, it's like a nuclear bomb that goes above the atmosphere and it takes out all the power, all the area it reaches. So you just gotta take one nuclear bomb and blow it up in the middle of America, and it'll completely wipe out all electricity. Well, flashlights, nothing will work. Nothing electrical will work. And then nuke us with these, they're called Satan II nuclear warheads. Just one of them could take out a landmass the size of Texas. And Russia has these, and they've had them for years, and they were building subs to carry them. So they're gonna have subs, and this is what I believe is gonna happen. I thought we had till November, December. Again, I thought Trump would maybe get reelected. He would get the Senate, get the House, and maybe a Supreme Court justice would come up, and the other side get real pissed and start fighting. It's happened a little earlier than I thought, but this is it. Now we're gonna have tribulation, which I believe happens on Halloween, October 31st, 2021, and I'm hoping, I'm not sure on the rapture. That would be awesome. To be raptured right before that and go. It's either that or you have to die, and if your name's written in the book of life, you come back when Jesus comes back, which I believe is on or around September 30th, 2028. And then, if your name's written in the book of life, you get to be here for 1,000 years of peace, or raptured. I would prefer rapture. That would be the best, because we know the devil and his demons, his turned angels, aren't in heaven no more, because they're having a fight. It says right in here, they're going to have a fight with Michael and his archangel, and they're going to be knocked down to earth. And that'll happen, I believe, on our time, not heaven's time. Our time would be March 6, 2021. That's when that happens. So then he knows his time is short. It says it right in here, and he causes all kinds of havoc. But this crown thing, could it have anything to do with the Revelation 12 time because it's called that? I don't know, but it was there, and it was weird that I saw that, so I thought of it. But hopefully I'll get a lot more videos out now that this stuff's going on and is happening sooner than I thought. Again, I thought we had till November, December before this stuff started going on. Dimitri Dunaman's prophecy, all the prophecies started happening for Mystery Babylon, that is. Well, I hope you liked the video, and hopefully I'll get. I'm gonna try and do a couple a week now that with this all going on, and I want to show you that thing I found about there was actually a red dragon in the sky, and in the sign, it was actually in the Revelation 12 sign at the exact moment on September 23rd, 2017. And then I found out a year or two later that they did some more research on it, and they found out this thing was red, and it's a red dragon that was supposed to be there in the sky, standing by the woman. So hopefully I'll get those videos really soon. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's been Plank Time.